Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The topic of my research paper presentation is the patterns of different software processes. The set of patterns that can be located to carry out quality practices in software program techniques which might be immediately associated with the problem of implementing the sports of the manner, the jobs involved, the expertise generated, and the inputs and outputs belonging to the system. In this work, a definition of the architecture is advocated by the way of usage of distinct recurrent configurations that make stronger the process and yield efficient consequences for the improvement of a software task. The patterns presented represent a catalog which serves as a vocabulary for conversation amongst mission members and additionally can be carried out through software program, therefore facilitating styles implementation. Additionally, a device that can be acquired beneath general public license is furnished for this cause. We introduce the software development to generate products with high levels of productivity and efficiency that ensure goods level of quality. To achieve this, it is vital to use exclusive strategies among such of these techniques, which include software development patterns, workflow patterns, and linear workflow patterns. And these are including while we start the software process and end them, and during this we can follow the different activities, different workflows, different processes, and finally we end with them. The cyclic workflow pattern is the process of the software program development procedures awareness on a workflow with comments. This is the sample relay identifies a fixed of interlinked activities and closes a loop within them. It smiles clear that there is a preliminary hobby that can recycle the product of a final activity. The next is the door pattern, the area of strategic management that defines a stakeholder as someone who affects or is affected by the actions of the organization, and then the processes of the business enterprise are mediated inside the software method, and those in turn with the aid of the people in the steps with Conway's law, in which the both consumer and producer interact with the process. In communication pattern leads to tremendous problem in the workplace and in software. The quality of communication within the improvement team and between the development group and outside entities impacts on overall performance of the software program. It identifies the communication transmitter and receiver in addition to the channel and the message. Communication is the key to retaining synergy within the technique. It's also an excellent mechanism to maintain integrity within an undertaking. The role rotation pattern is the authority, modeling authority, responsibility, functions, and interactions associated with managerial positions within organizations. Roles in software projects should be similar to a surgical team where there is clarity in the responsibilities with hierarchical calibration, in which the role rotation pattern, the different people like role I and role J interact with each other. So these are the role rotation patterns. The input-output patterns are the different industries with respect to their inputs and outputs also generalized model of software processes as an instance in trying out requirements engineering, programming, among other activities of the development technique. Inter-output patterns allows clean identity of the procedure inputs that are required for its execution and with a purpose to be transformed to gain the predicted outputs. The document management pattern is a factor to consider when you want to succeed in a software project. People inside the development procedure tend to have a shared knowledge of the software program documentation, growing the channel through which communication flows and gives help for the challenge. So the document is necessary for document management pattern. The traceability pattern plays an important role in facilitating software evaluation. In software maintenance and reengineering, Traceability is essential to preserve consistency amongst commercial enterprise strategies and machine software programs. Traceability pattern establishes the way artifacts are connected in a manner to illustrate how a concept can be converted right into a product as a result of concept that brings from an abstraction until getting a concrete product. The knowledge pattern is used by software companies can decrease the time and cost for development, increase quality, and make better decisions if they manage their knowledge better. The knowledge production pattern is produced by the interactions of participants through the process data. If we see software engineering as a method, it's far clear that their outcomes are also know-how. Understanding production sample offers the understanding used inside a method and the understanding that is produced on the other hand. The knowledge is produced during the process in the knowledge production pattern, which means that this pattern produces the knowledge during the process. Knowledge states pattern is possible states of knowledge are set and the methods that affect such states are fashioned via states and transactions. Inside the software procedure that is a precious useful resource for monitoring the improvement from the angle of the artifacts produced as it's for commonly done, however including an outline of the understanding concerned acquiring such effects. The knowledge bowl pattern is actually the software crisis due to software knowledge gap resulting from the discrepancy between the knowledge integrated, incorporated in software system and the expertise owned by organizational actors. Human concerns play a chief function. Due to the fact upon them rest the know-how, knowledge bowl pattern establishes who the supplier of expertise is. So the process pattern supports through software. Actually, it includes stakeholders, workflow, input, output, and knowledge. The stakeholders include roles rotation, executors, and communications. The workflow includes linear workflow, parallel workflow, and cyclic workflow, which we already discussed in this lecture. Input output includes input, product, document management, traceability, and the knowledge includes knowledge production pattern, knowledge states pattern, knowledge storage pattern, and also the knowledge bowl pattern. All of them are including in this lecture and we discuss in this lecture. So finally we conclude that the software patterns have been proposed in other engineering disciplines such as software design, software architecture, analysis, and so on. In the area of software processes, a proposal that compiles a set of first-class practices that arise time and again within the software development method is likewise needed. The pattern proposed in this newsletter constitute a precious vocabulary to facilitate conversation a number of the contributors in a software system. The proposed styles bring together not unusual elements which can be given in the software development tactics and methodologies. Moreover, those patterns in reality outline elements together with the shape, the members, the understanding and the inter-output which represent the software development manner and through which it's mile feasible to hint a direction towards precious exercise and implementation of software process. So that's all. We conclude the whole research paper idea. So that's all. Remember me in your prayers. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.